I at least have a starting point to look at them. But I will tell you that the most, and I'll use the word miraculous, which is not supposed to be said in traditional medicine, but I'm not traditional in a sense. The most miraculous recoveries and things that I have seen in instantaneous healings have been happening from frequency medicine with patients.
Yes.
That's the fastest medicine because it's instantaneous. One cell talks to the whole.
And there was that famous photograph from the 1930s with a gentleman lined up around a banquet table, Royal Raymond Reife at the center of it, saying, the end of cancer. And he was having miraculous results as a result of, and we're going to get into microscopy in a little bit, as a result of being able to ascertain the frequency range of given diseases. But that was shut down immediately. And that, to me, that was one of, I'd say, the greatest crimes in history, if we're looking at total numbers of death that have occurred that could have been avoided.
And I will say that Reife frequency medicine is still, in traditional world, you wouldn't be allowed to say, or even be wanting to say, that you're using Reife frequencies. That being said, cold laser technologies, the cold lasers that I particularly work with, I can put into the 10th decimal point. Why do you think I have the ability, and those have been built along the ability to go to the 10th decimal point? It's because we can utilize some of the frequencies that have history behind it, not documented science in traditional medicine today, but have history in healing. And I personally have worked with those with patients and have had great effect.
Well, I'm
not an expert in Reife frequency, but I utilize the frequencies is what I would say.
And okay, this may or may not make a difference, but I do know the individual that has the original handwritten notes of Reife in those books, and with the original frequencies for each disease, and also the protocols, how that was used in the day. So I don't know if that matters to you, but I could put you two together.
And I have 3 sets of Reife frequencies. One probably is from your group that you're talking about, and everybody says they've got the one, and I'm assuming, because I know you and how diligent you are in your research, you've got the real deal. I may have love to look at it. I will say that not knowing at this point in time, before you were talking to me about it, I utilize all 3 because my machine can put in 4 different pods at once.
So we'll just do 4.
So I use 3 or 4.
Yeah, there you go.
And I may have your set. I don't know, but I will tell you that I've had some things that should not in traditional medicine, and in my head when I started working with it 15 years ago, saying, I don't see how that could have happened this quickly. Neurological damage, a spinal canal that had been damaged and mechanically, structurally was crushed and could not conduct. Now, we all know plasticity, where the body can find a different way to map around and different ways to do that, but that takes time. You have to teach it. You have to show the brain where this is going. To have something happen with that kind of damage that mechanically I couldn't get my head around how that body, in this World War II vet is a great example named Leo, came in, could not walk, had severe bilateral pain in both legs, one treatment, and got up and walked. I thought, okay, this is a great example of placebo, but I'm still thinking mechanically, how is he doing this? And he came back 3 months later, and I thought, wow, if he got out of pain for 3 months, this is more. He said, no, I'm not back here for that. I hurt myself in my machine shop. I want you to get that Russian thing on me again. And it was just an example of how miraculous the human body is. If it has the right signal in the right place at the right time, it can fix most anything, even if we, knowing what we know about the human physical body, can't get our head wrapped around it. And I've seen that over and over again. There's times that it doesn't, and there's all kinds of obstacles that can come in there. But I love energy medicine.